Listen, I'm going to tell you something that most people don't want to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway because somebody has to. You're broke, not because you don't make enough money, not because the economy is rigged against you, not because you didn't get lucky. You're broke because you keep buying stupid things that are keeping you poor. And before you click away because the truth hurts, let me tell you something. I built my fortune by understanding one fundamental principle that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities and think they're assets. It's that simple, and it's that brutal. Now, I know what you're thinking. Here comes another rich guy telling me I can't have a cup of coffee. Wrong. This isn't about coffee. This is about 5 specific categories of purchases that are absolutely destroying your financial future, and I'm going to break them down for you right now. But first, I need you to do something. If you're serious about building wealth, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you want to actually retire one day instead of working until you drop dead, then hit that subscribe button right now. Join this community. We're building something here, a group of people who understand that money is a tool, not a toy. Let me start with the first thing you need to stop buying immediately. Brand new cars. Oh, this one makes people angry, but I don't care. Buying a new car is one of the dumbest financial decisions you can make, and I'm going to prove it to you with simple math. The second you drive that car off the lot, it loses 20 to 30% of its value. Gone. Evaporated. You just lit thousands of dollars on fire for the privilege of having that new car smell. Within the first year, you're down 30%. By year 3, you've lost 50% of what you paid. You're not buying transportation, you're buying depreciation wrapped in sheet metal. But here's what really kills me. People finance these cars. They take out loans at 5, 6, 7% interest to buy something that's losing value faster than ice cream melts in July. You're paying interest on an asset that's depreciating. That's financial suicide. And don't even get me started on the people who lease. Leasing is the absolute worst. You're renting a depreciating asset, which means at the end of the lease, you have nothing, zero equity. You gave the dealership thousands of dollars for the privilege of borrowing their car. Congratulations, you just made the dealership owner rich while you stayed broke. Now, I can already hear the excuses. But Kevin, I need a reliable car. I have kids. I need to get to work. Of course you do. Buy a 3-year-old certified pre-owned car. Let somebody else take the depreciation hit. You get a reliable vehicle, often still under warranty for half the price. That's called being smart with your money. That's what rich people do. We don't care about impressing the neighbors. We care about building wealth. You know what I did when I was building my first company? I drove a beat-up old car that barely ran. Did it hurt my ego? Maybe a little. Did it hurt my bank account? Not at all. And that's the difference. Poor people spend money to look rich. Rich people spend money to get richer. Which one do you want to be? Because you can't be both. The car you drive says nothing about your wealth. The balance in your investment account, that tells the real story. And every dollar you waste on a new car is a dollar that's not growing in the stock market, not earning dividends, not compounding into your future. This is where people make their first critical mistake, and it sets the tone for every other bad financial decision they make. They prioritize looking successful over being successful. And that brings me to the second thing that's keeping you poor, something that's even more insidious because society tells you it's a smart investment. The second thing you need to stop buying is too much house. Now, this is going to upset a lot of people because we've been fed this lie for generations that your home is your biggest asset. Wrong. Your home is your biggest liability. Let me explain something to you. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Your house, the one you live in, takes money out of your pocket every single month. Mortgage payment, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, utilities, landscaping, repairs. It's a money pit, and the bigger the house, the bigger the pit. But Kevin, real estate always goes up in value, does it? Ask the people who bought in 2007 and watched their home values collapse. Ask the people who are underwater on their mortgages right now. Real estate goes up sometimes in some markets if you're lucky, but even when it does go up, you can't access that equity without selling the place you live in or taking out a loan against it, which is just more debt. And let me tell you something about debt. Debt is a tool that makes rich people richer and poor people poorer. When you borrow money to buy stocks or build a business, that's good debt because you're leveraging to acquire assets. When you borrow money to buy a bigger house than you need, that's bad debt because you're leveraging to acquire a liability. Here's what kills me. People stretch themselves to buy the biggest house they can possibly afford. The bank approves them for $500,000, so they buy a $500,000 house. That's insane. The bank doesn't care about your financial future. The bank wants you in as much debt as possible because that's how they make money. They're not your financial advisor. They're your creditor. And creditors want you owing them for the next 30 years. That's 30 years of interest payments flowing into their pockets. Do you know how much you actually pay for a $500,000 house with a 30-year mortgage? Try over $800,000 when you factor in the interest. You're paying $300,000 extra just for the privilege of borrowing money. That's not building wealth. That's transferring wealth from your pocket to the bank's pocket. Now here's what you should do instead. Buy half the house the bank says you can afford. If they approve you for $500,000, buy a $250,000 house. I don't care if it's smaller. I don't care if it doesn't have the granite countertops and the walk-in closets. Buy the house you need, not the house you want. Then take all that extra money you're saving every month, the money that would have gone to a bigger mortgage, bigger property taxes, bigger utility bills, and invest it. Put it in the stock market. Build a portfolio. Buy dividend-paying stocks. Let that money work for you instead of working for the bank. This is the secret that wealthy people understand. We live below our means. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, still lives in the same house he bought decades ago for $31,000. Why? Because he understands that every dollar spent on an unnecessarily big house is a dollar that can't compound in his investment portfolio. That's opportunity cost. And opportunity cost is the silent killer of wealth. The third thing that's keeping you poor, and this one is going to sting, is eating out all the time. I'm talking about restaurants, takeout, coffee shops, delivery apps. You're hemorrhaging money on food and you don't even realize it. Let me hit you with some numbers. The average American spends over $3,000 a year eating out. $3,000. Do you know what $3,000 invested every year for 30 years becomes at a 10% return? Over $500,000. You're trading $500,000 in retirement wealth for convenience and fancy meals you'll forget about in 24 hours. But it's worse than that because most people aren't just spending $3,000, they're spending $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year. Morning coffee, lunch at work, dinner because you're too tired to cook, weekend brunches, date nights. It adds up faster than you think. And here's the part that really bothers me. People tell me they don't have money to invest, and then I watch them spend $15 on a salad for lunch. You have the money. You're just spending it on things that disappear instead of things that grow. Now, I'm not saying never eat out. I'm saying be strategic about it. Cook at home most of the time. Meal prep on Sundays, pack your lunch, make your coffee at home. These aren't sacrifices. These are smart financial decisions. And when you do eat out, make it special. Make it count. Don't waste money on mediocre chain restaurants because you're too lazy to cook. That's not living well. That's being financially irresponsible. Rich people understand the value of a dollar. Poor people think small expenses don't matter, but small expenses become massive expenses over time, and massive expenses destroy wealth. The fourth thing destroying your financial future is clothes and accessories you don't need. And I'm not just talking about designer handbags and luxury watches, although those are absolute wealth killers. I'm talking about the constant need to update your wardrobe every season, to have the latest sneakers, to buy clothes you wear once and forget about. Your closet is probably full of things you bought, wore a few times, and now they just sit there taking up space. That's not a wardrobe. That's a museum of bad financial decisions. Here's the truth about clothes. Nobody cares what you're wearing as much as you think they do. Nobody's keeping track of whether you wore the same shirt twice this week. And the people who are judging you based on your clothes, those aren't people whose opinions should matter to you anyway. You know what impresses me? A fat investment portfolio, a growing net worth, financial independence, not a $1,000 pair of shoes that'll be out of style in 6 months. But this goes deeper than just clothes. This is about the mentality of consumption. We live in a society that tells you buying things will make you happy. New phone every year, new outfit for every occasion. Upgrade, update, replace. It's a trap designed to keep you spending and keep you poor. The fashion industry, the tech industry, they've built their entire business model on making you feel like what you have isn't good enough, and you fall for it every single time. Let me tell you what rich people do. We buy quality items that last. We wear them until they actually wear out. We don't care about trends. We don't care about impressing strangers. A good suit, a good pair of shoes, a reliable watch. Buy once, buy quality, and move on with your life. Your money has better places to be than in some corporation's pocket because they convinced you that you need their product to feel valuable. You don't. Your value has nothing to do with what you wear and everything to do with what you build. Now, the fifth and final thing that's keeping you poor, and this might be the most important one, is subscriptions and memberships you don't use. Gym memberships you never use, streaming services you forget about, apps with monthly fees, premium subscriptions for things you could get for free, magazine subscriptions, software you don't need. It's like a slow leak in your bank account dripping away $10 here, $15 there, and you don't even notice until you actually sit down and add it all up. I want you to do something right now. Pull out your bank statement. Look at all the recurring charges. How many of them are you actually using? How many are you getting real value from? I guarantee you're paying for at least 3 to 5 things you completely forgot about. Cancel them today, not tomorrow, today. This is free money you're giving away to companies that are betting you're too lazy to cancel. Don't let them win. But here's the bigger issue. These subscriptions represent a mindset. They represent the idea that you need constant entertainment, constant access, constant stimulation. You don't. You need to build wealth. You need to invest in your future. Every dollar going to a subscription service you barely use is a dollar that's not working for you in the market. It's a dollar that's not compounding. It's a dollar that's not building your retirement. And when you're 70 years old and you can't afford to retire, you're going to wish you had canceled that streaming service you watch twice a month. So let me bring this all together for you. Stop buying new cars. Stop buying too much house. Stop eating out all the time. Stop buying clothes you don't need. Stop paying for subscriptions you don't use. These 5 things are the difference between being broke and being wealthy. It's not about your salary. I've seen people making $40,000 a year build serious wealth because they understood these principles. And I've seen people making $200,000 a year living paycheck to paycheck because they refuse to learn the choice is yours. You can keep doing what you're doing and stay exactly where you are, or you can make the hard decisions, cut the waste, and start building real wealth. It's not complicated, it's just uncomfortable. And most people choose comfort over wealth every single time. Don't be most people. Now, if this video opened your eyes, if you're ready to stop making excuses and start making money, I need you to take action right now. Smash that like button. Tell the algorithm that this content matters. Leave a comment below and tell me which of these 5 things you're guilty of. Be honest. We're all learning here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. But don't stop there. Become a member of this channel. When you become a member, you're investing in financial education. You're joining a community of people who are serious about wealth building. We're going to keep bringing you the truth, the strategies, the no-nonsense advice that actually works. Money doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about the decisions you make. So make better decisions. Stop buying stupid things. Start building wealth. That's how you win. That's how you get rich. Now get out there and make it happen.